Hi, this is Mrs. Peach. I want to say hi to my very favorite third grade class ever. I miss every single one of you, and I want to show you a brand new way that I'm teaching reading and writing this year at my new school. I think you'll really enjoy it. Let me show you. So remember last year when I showed you that I was learning Braille, and I showed you some letters and words in Braille? Here are some examples. Here's the alphabet in Braille. And look, here's the Pledge of Allegiance in Braille. As you know, I'm working now with students who have low vision. They have difficulty using their eyes to see. Many students who have difficulty using their eyes don't need to use Braille. They can use enlarged print, like this, or they could use a magnifying glass, or they could even use a handheld high-tech gadget, like a digital device. But one of my students is blind. He can't see print at all. So he has to rely on Braille for all of his reading and writing. Let me show you how. But first, I want to make sure you understand that Braille is not a different language. Let me show you. Here's the word airplane in English. Here's airplane in Arabic. Remember how Vibob brought us that beautiful Arabic writing? Here's airplane in Spanish and in Chinese. That's the way Leah would have written it before we adopted her. And then here's Braille using Braille cells. Guess what? I could also sign the word airplane, and that sign looks like this. Isn't that cool? It looks just like an airplane taking off. So my student who's learning Braille is actually an English speaker. So he's using Braille in English. He's reading and writing Braille using the English language. So Braille is really not a different language. He's using the same letters and words that we do. But wait, if Braille is not a separate language, then what is it? Ian and Jaden, can you guess? I bet you guessed correctly. It's actually a code. How cool is that? All right, so now you have the idea that students who are blind can learn to read Braille code and learn to write in Braille. I've shown you Braille symbols that are easy for you to see, but Braille is really raised dots. It's bumpy. Students use their fingers to feel the bumps and read the words. The equipment that types or brailles letters and words is called a Perkins Brailler. Here's mine. Look at the keyboard. It's really different from a regular computer keyboard. There's only 3 keys. So how can that be? Let me load some paper and then I'll show you how it works. First, I actually look at my own code since I'm such a beginner. This tells me how to load the paper. I want the knobs turning away. I want the levers facing toward me. Then I'm going to load the paper. I'm taking it over to the left side. Then I'm going to push those levers away. And now I'm going to roll the knobs, and the paper will load like this. I'm going to come all the way to the top. I'm going to take the carriage return. I'm going to come all the way to the left. And now we're ready to go. First, let me try the word dog, and I'll explain how I know what keys to hit. All letters in Braille are based on a cell of 6 dots. Okay, so here's one Braille cell, another Braille cell, and another Braille cell. And here's the word dog. Dog is the dots 1, 4, 5. That's D. O is 1, 5, 3. And G is 1, 2, 4, 5. So you can read the Braille symbol like this, but how can I braille the word dog and make it bumpy so my student can read it? Watch, and let's pretend that the Braille cell is actually cut in half. Here's one Braille cell. If I cut it in half and turn it this way, then my keys become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let me try to braille the word dog. And I'll put this here so that I can remember. So it's 1, 4, 5, D. O is 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3. And G is 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Dog. Let me hit the return. We'll come down. And can you see that I now have bumpy dots that show the word dog? Okay, let's do some more. I can even braille my dog's name. I can even braille the name Tag. You remember him. Let me do that. T-A-G. And then let me hit the return. When you look at the word tag, I've actually got 4 symbols. I've got a dot, T-A-G. Why do you think I had to put that dot there? That dot 6 actually means the next letter is capitalized. Since the name Tag is our dog's name, it's a proper noun and it's got to have a capital letter. Now let me show you how I can braille a whole sentence. Okay, I'm going to hit the return and come all the way to the side. I'm going to type the sentence. Tag likes to look for turtles when he goes on a walk. So remember, capital letter. T-A-G, tag, space, likes, L-I-K-E-S, space, 2, T-O, look, L-O-O-K, 4, F-O-R, space, and you heard the ding. I'm going to hit return, come back to the side with my carriage return. Where was I? Tag likes to look for turtles. T-U-R-T-L-E-S, space, when, W-H-E-N, space, H-E, space, goes, G-O-E-S, space, on, O-N, oop, I heard the ding. I've got to hit the carriage return and go all the way back. Goes on, A, space, W-A-L-K. And then I'm going to put in a period. Okay, let me hit the return again and let's look at that sentence. Tag likes to look for turtles when he goes on a walk. If I take my paper out and I showed it to my student at school, he could feel those bumpy dots and he'd be able to read what I wrote. So now you can see how we can teach a student how to read Braille. It's not easy, it's really hard work, but Braille is super fun to learn. It's hard, but you do need to practice. Brailing on a brailler is sort of like learning to play an instrument. It takes a long time. I hope you enjoyed seeing how children can read Braille. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I'm using a special way to teach reading and writing this year. And remember, I miss you all, and don't forget to be you. Bye.